Okay, the next section in our frequently asked questions is all about batteries. Over the years we've gotten many questions about batteries, and a lot of our tech questions when people call into me are regarding issues that want to pertaining to batteries or improper use of the batteries. So we'd like to go over all these different questions today, and actually hopefully you'll walk away with some better understanding about what a battery is and how to use it, and how it pertains to your products. For the most part, the first question will be, what is the best battery to use in your products, and what will give me the longest amount of time? For the majority of our products, we always recommend that you use an alkaline battery. That will give you the best longevity for any product that we have. Okay, an alkaline battery is an example here is Duracell, one of the good products. There's many other good product and name brands as well. It'll say right on the battery alkaline under the name usually. Any alkaline will be good. They have the better longevity, they last a lot longer. The other type of battery, which we usually don't recommend unless it's a very simple, maybe a plush toy, is a super heavy duty or heavy duty battery. Now if you see that on your battery, you don't want to be using that, especially in our communication devices. They require a lot of demand on the battery, and these heavy duty batteries are not really suitable for a communication device. They need the alkaline batteries. What I have here in front of you is a D cell battery and a C cell, and the two different types, the alkaline and then the heavy duty, and then we have a AA. All these batteries are 1.5 volts. That's the amount of voltage that each one of these batteries are when new, and actually they're actually a little bit higher. They're usually about 1.6 for the alkalines. And that's how much voltage is in the battery when it's new. And the other thing on the battery that you'll see is a date. This one says March 2011. That is not how long the battery is going to last. That is what they call a shelf storage life indicator. That will be the amount of time the battery will last while it's sitting on a shelf, not in use. So in 2011 I can take this off the shelf and this battery will still be as fresh as it was when I purchased it. So to answer your question for the first part is, we recommend when overall alkaline batteries are what you want to use. You can never use rechargeables in our communication devices because they do not provide the 1.5 volts per battery required to run our devices. Another question that I get asked a lot is, how long will a set of batteries last in my communication device? Now that's a good question, and I'm going to try and answer that for you as best as I can. Here's one of our communicators, a 7075 communication builder. It's one of the most popular communicators that we make, and it runs on 4 AA alkaline batteries, which is equivalent to 6 volts, as we talked about earlier, that each AA battery is 1.5 volts. All communication devices that we use run on 6 volts or better. So we always recommend that you use an alkaline battery. You can't use rechargeables in the communication device because it does not have enough voltage, and the machine would be running as if you had a set of weak batteries, and what will happen is you will get your messages to start cutting off in the midst of playback, or you may not even be able to make a new recording. But under normal use, if you're not doing a lot of re-recording and just normal playback during the course of a day, a rule of thumb would be about 4 to 6 weeks. You may get a little bit longer if the machine is not utilized every day or throughout the course of the day. If it's used more heavily and more extensive, you may get a little less, maybe 3 weeks, but at least on average about 4 to 6 weeks. Another question is, I tried using rechargeable batteries in my communication device and it doesn't seem to be working properly. Did I damage my communicator? No. Rechargeable batteries will not damage any of our communication devices. The only thing is they just won't work because, as I had touched base on earlier, a fully charged rechargeable is only 1.2 volts, not the required 1.5 volts each that is needed for a communication device to give you the 6 volts. So you just cannot use rechargeable at this time in your communication devices until they come out with rechargeables that are an exact of an alkaline battery. The next question is, can I mix old and new batteries together, or different types of batteries together in my devices? The answer is no. You do not want to mix old and new batteries together, and the reason why is that the new batteries will be drained upon much more heavily than the older batteries, because, for not getting into too technical end of it, the path of least resistance, the new batteries have a lot more energy to offer, and they get drained down twice as fast. So basically, by you doing that, you're actually going to shorten the life of the batteries overall, and you're going to have to wind up changing out all the batteries. Always put in, when you change batteries, change all the batteries, especially in communication devices. All the batteries should be changed at once, and do not mix different types of batteries. Like, you cannot mix a couple of alkaline batteries with a heavy-duty battery and expect the device to work properly. They run at different performance levels, and they will not work properly. Use one type of battery in the device, and I also don't recommend mixing brands of batteries together whenever possible. Try and stick with the same brand. It's just, overall, I think you just get more usage out of the batteries if you stick with the same brand of battery.